Hello there, and thank you so much. Good to have you join us again on the Big Issue, your favorite debate program. What we do here primarily is to look at particular issue from two sides, and we leave it for you to decide which side to agree with. Today promises to be interesting as usual, so sit tight and enjoy the show. But first, let's go on a short break. When we come back, I will be dishing out what we will be discussing on the show today. My name is Dapo Aruwajoye, and you're watching the Big Issue. Wonderful. Thank you so much. It's still the Big Issue. Welcome back. In the 1920s, it was economic boom. In the 80s, oil boom. And fast forward to this century, what we have now is baby mama boom or baby papa boom, as some will call it. The baby mama trend is fast becoming popular among celebrities around the world. It has become a norm for male celebrities to father children out of wedlock with no intention of getting married to the woman who births the child. So this trend has gone so popular that average individuals now aspire to be baby mamas and baby papas in their own right. You see, experts and commentators are worried about the outcome of the kids. They see them as products of single parenting, and these, they believe, has serious negative effect on the child. They argue that it takes a man and a woman in a marriage to raise a child in a proper way. Else, the child might suffer psychological and developmental problems. But some parents and observers disregard this submission. To them, raising a child in a proper way does not necessarily need two parents. All that is necessary is proper discipline, a stable atmosphere, and a conducive environment for the kid to live, and he or she will grow just fine. So what do you think? Does single parenting affect the child in a bad way? So that's the question today. After this break, we will toss the coin. It is the Big Issue. Wonderful. Welcome back. You're still watching the Big Issue. And my guests today are Matilda Obiajunwa. Thank you, Matilda, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
She's a child advocate and a mother also. She's of the opinion that single parenting affects the child in a bad way. Thank you once again for joining us, Matilda.
Thank you so much.
And on the other side of the fence, I have Nghoide, Stephanie Aya Fredericks. She's a strategist and a mother also. Nghoide here will be telling us how a child is not negatively affected by single parenting. Nghoide, thank you very much for doing it. Thank you. I'd rather start with you. I got the preamble. I got the idea of your argument. Can you build it up, please?
Okay, that single parenting is not bad.
Okay.
Why are you trying to put me on this spot? You don't want me to be able to attack her properly.
But you do the reasoning first. She takes it from there.
Okay. Well, my name is Nghoide, and I have 5 kids. When I was in university, I adopted 4 girls, and they're still with me till today. When I got married, I have 1 boy. So I have 5 children growing with me, and the girls are like 13. And I raised them single-handedly before my husband came to join in. And anywhere my children go, they tell me, oh, these girls, very well behaved. Oh, these children, very well behaved. I did it by myself. I know a lot of women. If you ask me today, I'll tell you every woman, married or single, is a single parent. Because the women are left to take care of the children. The man goes to work. The woman is in the house. Discipline is the woman.
But at least you have someone in the house. Because if it's a single parent, she'll be out there.
She'll be hustling,
yes, and nobody will be at home.
Well, that is a point. I won't take that away from you. However, there are many jobs. They will go to school now. I will go to school I will go to work when they are in school, and I will be at home when they are at home. when you are a single parent, you have a system that works. You have to make, even as a married woman, you have a system that works, because it's not all the time you will be in the house. You will have meetings, you will have, even if you are a stay-at-home mom, and people take this for granted, that being a stay-at-home mom is an easy job. It is not easy. And you will still stand up, go out, you will still stand up, go to the market, go and cook, go and visit family and friends. What are the children doing in this time? So it's same rules apply to both situations. You can be single, you will make a plan that works for your children. You can be married, you will make a plan that works for your children. I don't think bad parents, yes, it will be good to have a mommy and daddy and a fairy tale book ending that Mills and Bone and Disney have used to deceive us. However, if you are in the position where you have to raise a child on your own, I don't think the values that your own parents or parent taught you is what you will translate to that child. And raising a child is not a job of only a parent. It's the job of the whole community, especially here in Africa.
Even as at now, I thought that was the norm then, but not anymore, because
no, in
no one
Africa,
has time now to even take care of your child.
Well, if you say you don't have you don't have time, then don't have children. It's very simple.
Okay.
Don't have children. What are you having the children for if you don't have time to take care of them?
I mean the environment now.
Oh, the environment. Okay, for instance, you are my neighbor. You see my child doing something bad and you are in the house. You won't correct that child outside. You won't correct him because you are too busy. You won't correct him because you are too busy.
Is that question for me? A round of applause for I never knew. I thought I was going to be asking the questions. She's asking the questions already.
Okay, I'm
so
sorry.
I'd rather remain here and you remain there. And let me take it to you, Matilda. What do you think? You've listened to her?
Well,
she's got points, right?
I've listened to Nghoide, but I don't think she has any points, seriously,
okay.
Sincerely. Because to start with, now you're telling me you raised 4 kids as a single parent. If it was so comfortable for you, I'm sure she wouldn't need to get married, right? Because she can actually adopt another boy, and she doesn't have to get married to have a child. Now there is a position, there's a need for the man there, and that was why she accepted to get married. I don't think anybody on his or her own accepts that choice to be a single parent. Either by death, either the man or the woman dies, either by unwanted pregnancy, either by chance of, how do I put it, either by societal push. Nobody on his or her own will decide, will make that choice, because it's a very, very expensive choice to make, to be a single parent. I'm a mother and I have children and I'm married. I grew up with just my mom. It wasn't like we didn't have a father figure. But living with only my mom, I can tell you there are some things that I look back, and today, every day I pray that as my children grow, I want them to always have their father to look back on. I want them to always have the man there. Because even my daughter growing up now, every day I pray, I say, Father, Lord, please keep this man. So that as they grow, they can also see life from 2 sides, from the side of being a woman and from the side of being a man. That is why God made it that way. So if the 2 people are not there, God has a reason for saying a man and a woman will come together and they will multiply. He did not say a woman or a man alone will multiply. It is not possible. So if 2 people have to do the job, then 2 people have to take the responsibility to bring up the children. Because if there is no disadvantage, God will not make it that way.
Okay, what about instances that you have the force majeure, or you have unprecedented incidents that happen? So what happens afterwards? If the man goes or dies, or what happens?
Yeah, and that was why I said nobody makes that choice.
Yeah.
Now, in a situation like that, it is now left for the woman or the man to work hard, and it is not easy. Trust me, it is not easy. Sometimes I look at things from my own angle. I'm a mother, but I'm very bad at teaching. I don't have the passion for teaching. No, count me out. If you ask me to take my kids in their homework, I will deal with them because I'm not patient. Now, but their father is patient. That's why you have 2 people. You have a hot person and you have a calm person. You have one person who is patient, you have one person who is very, very radical. There is a reason for that. Now, my kids always have different projects from school. Now, imagine I'm just a single mother. That means they will fail woefully because I won't have the time to do their projects for them. But this time around, we have to understand our weaknesses and our strengths. And then if I have to be the one to drive them to school and bring them back, and he has to be the one to come back from work and take care of their project, or I have to be the one to cook for them and make sure they are fine, and he has to be the one to bring the money to pay the school fees. That is why there are 2 people involved. If it's just one person, you can imagine the load. Even as a woman or as a man, sometimes it's just going to break down. I'm like, there's going to be a lot of transfer of aggression. I beg you, leave me alone, Jare. Where did your stupid mother go to? Or if it's the case of, oh, may her soul rest in peace, woman has gone or the man has gone, and every day we are calling them up from the grave because of situations like this. So there's a reason for two people to be involved. Otherwise, it will always take its toll on the child.
A big one for Matilda, please. Thank you so much. And I saw you were itching to yours interject. But
how did you?
Now it's your turn. You see what she said was, it takes two to tango.
No, I agree.
And in this instance, it takes a man and a woman. And she referred to what you said initially, that you adopted 4 girls. Afterwards, you went into marriage. You should have remained that way and take care of the kids and maybe had one more to eat.
Okay.
Only you.
Let me just say this off the bat and it'll be very clear. Lovely story. Just joking. Okay. But yes, you make a very important point. I agree that it has been ordained for a man, and for this reason, a man and a woman leave their families, come together, start their own. A woman can't climb on top of herself and get pregnant. Like, come on. Sure. Okay. Now, the male figure is there. I agree. But I believe the question is, will it affect the child negatively?
Yes.
Did it affect you negatively?
Well, it takes a stronger personality. It cannot always be the same for every child out there.
I agree. I agree. It's not the same for every child.
But yes or no, did it affect you?
No, it didn't.
Because it took a lot.
It took a lot.
Because of that.
It took a whole lot. It took a whole lot.
I will
so you can imagine that.
You brought out a point from her.
Yes, I brought it out from her because I can't take it out of you or away from any situation that it is easy. I went through hell raising them. It is not easy. And even when 2 of you are together, it is still not easy.
But then it's easier.
Hey, God, when you are worrying about your husband that went out and is not coming back early.
What about men that take care of the children also?
Yes. No, it's...
And the mother is somewhere else.
You see, for a woman, it is universal. It comes naturally to us. It's assumed that it comes naturally to us to take care of both sexes, male and female.
But a man?
A man, it is not as easy as it will be for a woman. I won't lie. And because of that, I've seen people who were raised by single fathers. They still turned out good, but...
Can you see the way she's saying that? She's not saying it with confidence.
At the end of it, she said something.
She's not saying it with confidence.
Even in the
I said good, but...
Matilda, do you hear me? Even in the polygamous family, sometimes the kids grow up with the mother. You hardly see the father sometimes. So how do you put that? The woman has taken care
and
or
I'm a
will
very
take
good
care
girl.
of the children for a
I
long
think
time.
I and Nghoide have
It's like
some. We have some
common ground.
Yeah, some common grounds. It's just that in my own case, it's not. I can't call it a polygamous. I don't know, but she said something. Now she got used to growing up with her mom and seeing her as a superhero. And I think that was why it was easy for Nghoide to adopt kids, believing that she can actually take care of them on her own. You see the love and care the child is not getting from both parents together. The child starts taking the attention from friends. They start getting wrong advices outside. That's the problem of, you see them grow. If it's a male child and he's living with the father or living, I saw a video just a month ago. I don't know how many of us saw that video. It was trending online. And the boy was slapping the mother. I think somewhere, maybe one of the African countries or something. The boy was a child, that child is not older than 7 years. And you could see the way the boy was slapping him. Shut up, shut up, shut up. And everybody was watching. It was just the mother. Now, probably there is no father. And the boy has gotten used to feeling the position of the father in the home. He now feels that authority on him. So you see when the mother is doing something bad, you see him taking it out on the mother because he feels there's nobody there to caution him.
But
if there is a fatherly figure in the picture, and all I need to do is when I feel the load is too much on me, and what is he doing out there? That's why we're in this thing together. Just need to call him. Please talk to your son or talk to your daughter. That alone, there is immediate. As in everybody will arrange themselves.
So what about if the father is even useless on his own?
Now, if the father is a single parent, body no be firewood. He would always want to have once in a while he'll have the urge to meet with a woman. Except to tell me that the father or the woman will always keep going out. They'll always keep bringing in their mistresses, their concubines into the house. And the children growing in this kind of environment begin to understand things in a different way. When a boy child is growing up and seeing the father today he's bringing another woman, next week another woman is coming, or upper week he begins to understand this idea of relationships in a different way. And then you see him when he grows up, he doesn't have respect for women. You see him date this girl, date that girl. That is what the effect of single parenting can do. But when there are two people in the home, there is the fear, there is the respect.
Right about now, you see the mode we're going to enter now is the fire for fire mode. We're going to set you on fire.
So I can interrupt her.
Yes, at any point in time. And that's what we're going to do.
Oh my God.
Don't go anywhere. It's going to be for fire for fire. Wonderful. Thank you for staying tuned, and you're welcome back. You're still watching The Big Issue. Now it's time for Fire for Fire. Wonderful. No extinguisher. You have the right now to interject, send questions, interject, interrupt, do anything you like. I just need the mood to be hot. And I'll give it to you first because I want you to interject.
Now, first of all, I give it to single parents because it's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy. And like I said earlier, nobody makes that choice. Now, a child being trained by a single parent, when he or she goes out, looks at other kids that have parents, you know, the joy, the excitement, the fun, sometimes it affects them. There's this emotional thing. I remember when I was growing up, back then in primary school, and probably most times when parents are dropping off kids, today you see this child's mother, tomorrow you see this child's dad, and maybe every other time is my mom. Sometimes, what of your daddy? And I don't have anything to say.
So the psychological state, that's what
Thank you. Now, if I'm not a strong person, when I mean strong, you know, you have to be strong in and out. Sometimes these things will take its toll on that person. Now, imagine a child that is very weak emotionally. And every other now and then, they're asking the child, what of your mommy or what of your daddy? And it's not like the parent is dead, but the parent is somewhere and the attention is not there.
Sorry, how old were you when they asked you this, where's your daddy?
I don't think it matters the age.
It does.
I don't think it
does it does because my children, by the age of, I did a show called Parenting, where we got parents who stayed in the house. This was in Ghana for 11 weeks, and we were teaching them.
Parents, both husband and wife, or just single parents?
No, either of the parents. You discuss between yourselves. The show was themed.
They discuss between themselves. That's the parents.
The parents
and they decide who goes for the show.
Yes, sometimes they even send their house.
Parent? So
she can go.
She can go
with the child. Yes, we had.
So there's nobody to rub minds, nobody to discuss, nobody to decide with. You just go in for the show.
Yes, she went for the show. Oh, they came for the show. As a matter of fact, there was a single dad there with his son at the time.
Okay.
Now, what I'm trying to say is, according to medical research, and you can Google this, children develop their core attitudes by the time they are 5 years old.
Okay.
So now, why would a child who has developed the person's attitude at 5 years old, we have bullies who are 5 years old. Why are they bullies? Because they have developed that strong character from whom?
From who?
It doesn't matter.
No, because here we're talking about...
It really doesn't matter.
We're talking about the single parenting thing.
It's actually from the mom.
Are you talking about bullies from single parents or bullies who are being trained from both parents?
I'm talking of children in general.
In general, okay.
We have bullies, who at 5 years, you still have children who bully other kids.
Okay.
Let's not even look at what is causing them to bully. Let's look at the fact that they have dominant personalities and strong character.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what makes them bullies?
No, that's not what makes them bullies. I'm just saying they have dominant personalities.
So that's what would not make them morally demented when people ask, where's your mother or father? Is that
father is?
Yes. So yes. I would just say, what is it to you? As a child.
But would that question affect you as a child?
No, because...
Are you sure it would not affect you as a child?
Because that's where I'm trying to come from. You as a single parent,
okay,
you have to prepare your children. You are the primary, even as a mom in general, because we have weaklings who are from both parents. Now you have to train your child from birth till that 5 years old, because after 5 years old, there are hardly any characters the child will pick. If the child is going to be strong, is that first 5 years. Those are the crucial years.
I really don't agree.
And
you know what I don't accept to that, because I keep using myself as an example. You see, when I was in secondary school, I went to a public secondary school. Now, in public secondary school, I went to a school that was mostly Yoruba kids, you know, and because I could not speak the language as at then, most times people would come and ride on me and tell me things. Now,
was that because you didn't have
parents? It took my strong will
to become. Where did you get that strong will? Wait.
No, I'm trying to counter what she said about bullies.
You can't counter what I
and
said.
At the age of 5. No. You said at the age of 5, whatever character the child is going to grow out of, is going to be determined at that age, right?
That is your core character, if you are going to be good, if you are going to be bad, if you are going to be a thief.
Now that means by the time I'm in secondary school, I won't have any chance. I'm not going to be strong anymore. I'm just going to be a weakling. I'm just going to be weak. There'll be no reason for me to.
Nobody said you can't learn things along the way.
Okay.
But those things you are learning on your own terms now. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Why you were growing up, Nghoide? Why you were growing up?
What she's saying, from 1 to 5, your brain is tabula rasa, is empty.
It is empty. It's a clean disc. You, the mother, has to now imbibe in that child the culture of standing up for yourself, the culture of being able to talk back to bullies, the culture of keep minding your business.
That still brings me back to my point.
That still brings me back to my point. Single, no, you can't give that child that training.
I agree, but that still brings me back to my own point.
No child
now, as a single parent, be it mother or father, you find that the parent ends up imbibing in that child just characters that concerns he or her. Now, when there are two parents involved, the child will understand life from the two perspectives, from the perspective of the mother and from the perspective of the father. Now, when there's just one parent, and now in a situation, like we see what's happening right now with most of our celebrities, and you see them embarrassing themselves on social media. You see, now tell me when that child is growing up and is beginning to see things like my mother hates my father because my father is not taking care of me, or my father hates my mother because my mother. You see that already there's hate being grown into the child as the child is growing up, because the child is growing up in an imbalanced environment.
Okay.
Very imbalanced.
Okay. What's your question? What's your question for Matilda? A short question for Matilda, please.
A short question. There are too many. I will have to go through.
Bring them on.
Start with number one. Your number one question for Matilda.
Okay. I agree with you, funny enough, on some of the things. Some, inverted commas. This culture of celebrities and social media is still new to us in Africa, in Nigeria. It might be 10 years old, it might be 20 years old, it's still new. We are adopting things from the Western world, and we are trying to choose what we don't choose what we pick. We have to accept the good and the bad. If you are watching a music video nowadays, it's okay for a girl to be naked on TV. And parents are allowing it. I had a PA once, and I wanted to train. I met her at a video shoot, and I wanted to encourage her. She's living with both parents. I just threw this in there so that you can know where I'm coming from. She told me her mother told her to quit her job as my assistant and go and be dancing video, doing dance video.
And why did the mother tell her that?
I can't know. I actually sent her a text. I said, "Are you for real?"
And are you sure she lives with both parents?
Yes.
So put a question now.
So my question to you is that, whose fault is it? This girl is old. She has gone for service. Whose fault is it? Because she grew up with both parents.
No, I don't think you did your investigations. I'm sure
I did, because she was working with me.
The girl is telling lies somewhere.
She's a PA for Christ's sake.
She's my PA.
Did you? If I were you, what I would do, trust me, I would take a visit to the girl's home.
But I did.
And I would. So what did the mother tell you?
The mother told me that my job is too stressful for her child.
But she can dance.
So the mother's point was from a good dancing. Did you ask her if she was sure she wanted the girl to go and dance?
Yes.
And what was her reason for that?
She said that it is what the girl wants to do.
Okay, now let me.
But what about the father?
Let me answer that.
The father had no say in this thing. He was reading newspaper.
Can I answer that question? Now let me answer that question. I need to answer that question. Dancing is not a problem.
Yeah.
Because the mother understands that the child will do better. Then she should let that child exercise his or her talent and now mold the child well to do that job and do it in the best
Okay, so
interest.
you now have a dancer.
That's the job of the mother.
That is the job of the mother. I agree. You have a dancer for a child, and please let me stay here that I don't have any I met her at a video shoot, so you understand that
So
I
you're
was
already
in
trying to take her talent away from her.
Matilda.
No, I wasn't.
Matilda, is your turn now. Your question for
Now, my question for Nghoide is, while you were growing up, was there at any point, was there no time you for once felt that you wished your father was living with you and your mom in the house?
Do you want an honest answer
Yeah,
the automated response? We're on TV.
An honest answer. Was there no point in time that you missed?
Automated honest answer.
Yeah, automated honest answer.
Because, okay.
It's a yes or no answer.
Yes or
No.
No?
It's if I say no now, people will crucify me. How dare you?
No. I don't care what people say. I don't think you should care what people say. Just tell us what you feel. What
You
do
have
feel
father
about
you are
it?
saying you don't like. My father, may he rest in peace, was my first love.
Oh, please.
I'm
What
from
are we
a
talking
polygamous
about?
home.
If her father was her first love, that means there were some qualities in her father that she admired.
Oh,
as a
this
child.
my goodness,
and,
nice.
And
of my
remember,
father.
she said her mother was her superhero. Her mother was her superhero. Her father was her first love. What are we talking about here?
I
So can't you
didn't-
give that to other children? You also have a first love and a superhero in the picture. What are we talking about?
I didn't say they should not have. Oh, so if the first love dies, like in my case now, what will happen?
Trend.
But there are cases when you have two parents, and sometimes it looks like you don't even have any parent at all.
Oh, so
God will bless you, Mr. NC. Because I want to say something.
Okay.
Say it.
Say it.
While we were shooting for this show called Parenting, my son was 1 year and 4 months. My husband was helping the way he could. I won't lie. There are the benefits of being married. But if you find yourself in a situation where you have to have a child or go through it alone, because most of the time, most of the cases you hear is that the girl went to meet the boy, I can't find my period. The boy say, where is it? Should we look for it? Or he will say, no,
Personally,
I don't know you.
I think the point we're missing is its toll on the children. It takes a bad toll on them.
No,
it's not always the case.
But
It takes like one in 100.
In the instance, my last question was, is it possible to have both parents, and sometimes it looks like you don't even have any?
Well, it's
Yes,
possible.
it's very possible.
Thank you very much. And let me ask a question on our behalf. Can you give me the criteria, the main things you expect to see in a child that has got both parents?
That's got both parents. I expect to see a child that is mentally balanced,
Like
that is
you,
morally,
who has
mentally balanced and will I say morally upright. Now, I don't expect that two parents are perfect, but one person can be weak and the other person can. Both of them have their own strengths and their weaknesses. So the child has the opportunity or the advantage of imbibing the good from the two sides. So when I say morally upright, mentally balanced, and psychologically sane, because when he or she goes to school or goes to meetings or goes to hangouts and he has both parents, like my children are very close to me, so they tell me everything. Now for the boy, are there places where now for the boy, he's free to tell me things about his girl mates in the class and his boy mates in the class, and I can tell him things from no, I don't think that girl did right, or and if the father is involved, the father can tell him, boy, no, next time don't do this, next time you can do this. But if it's a woman, the woman is only talking from her own experiences growing up. She's not a man. Some children had both parents.
Kleptomania
Some
is
children
in the
had
genes.
both parents but never grew up with both parents. It's totally different. It's totally different. If you have a mother and a father, and by the time the child is getting to secondary school, they send the child to a boarding school abroad, a boarding school in Abuja, he's not living with both parents. That's not a criteria for measuring a child that grew up with both parents. When you were never there, you need to be there. You need to understand. You need to grow with your child. That's where you need. Yes, it's not about in this present world. As I said, they are totally different. If you're telling me the effect of a single parent bringing up a child is different from asking me the effect of one bad child that grew up with both parents that were never there. Sincerely, I really think...
I think I have to just let you be, and it's going to be my people from now. My people, They'll be asking the questions. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. It's still the big. Now is the turn of my people, Wonderful.
Good afternoon. Martina, my question goes to you. But before, is it Martina? I'm sorry.
Matilda.
Matilda, all right. I came a bit late. Please, my question goes to you. But before I ask the question, I want to disagree about something you said. You said children that are brought up by single parents mostly tend to become single parents in the future. I disagree with that because it depends on who the mother is. It's who you are that you train your child. Because I look at it that most children that were brought up by single parents, most especially the mother, because the mother is the figure, is the primary source of training of a child. A father doesn't have time. If he's a banker, he will not be at home with the child. The training of the child belongs to the mother. But no matter what, the mother is the one to train. Because if a child is not doing well, the blame goes to mother. If the child grow up to become something good, they give it to the father because he is the head of the family, but not because he did the training. So I disagree with you. Okay. And I want to ask you this question. When you said a child, the children that are brought up by single parents tend to become single parent too, are you telling me that the politicians, that the women politicians, that they don't have time at all? Mostly they are out for their politics ambition. Are you telling me that the children mostly become single parent in the future? That is one question, please. Let me just ask that once. Okay. And a second one, there are some children like this mate, the housemate. You know, the way they train them, because you said it is the capability of I can do it, I can stand on my own, that makes the children to feel like I can be on my own even with that man. So what about this house help that you pick? You bring them and they are the one that are taking care of everything in the house, washing, everything. In fact, they are the mother of your children because you are not always around. They are the one taking care. Are you telling me that those children, they mostly become single parents? Because I used to see most of them, they are good trained children that, in fact, they are material wife. So I don't know.
And I'm also sure that recent times you have seen all the videos and things are happening with house helps training children. So I don't really need to answer that question. I'm sure you can see it's everywhere. And these days people are tending to rather train their kids themselves than bringing a house help to train their children because the story is gory.
What about the politicians that don't have
politicians, I asked her, the politicians talking about, are you so sure that those politicians are very busy? You can point them out and say these ones are single parents.
Everybody knows that the politicians are always busy.
No. Does that make them single parents? Does that make them single parents? No, what my question is, your question...
No, because they are growing at home with the other parents. So it's basically like single parents.
It's basically like single parents. No, anyway, if you say that, okay. But at least there's one other person in the house.
At the house, okay.
Good afternoon. Radia Abdusalam. I'm a victim of a broken home. Okay. But I neither grew up with my father or my mother. But I give glory to God that I'm still like this. But it takes the glory of God for a person a child that comes from a broken home to turn out to be better.
Thank you for
in
that
the future.
Point.
Now, I try as much as possible. Even when I was talking outside, I told most girls that are here that have not married yet, try everything possible not to have a broken home because it affects a child psychologically. Now,
some people never bothered to have a home. All they do is just become a baby mother and a baby father.
Even from their parents' home.
Yes.
Now,
they end up becoming baby mothers.
I looked at this from two angles. Now, the positive side of this is the topic is that now I find it that the strong mother-child bonding, it's there when you have a single parent. Because when spending one-on-one time with your child, now it creates a kind of stronger bond between you and that child, either being a man or a woman. It creates a stronger, even stronger than more than that of a family.
Let me shock
you. Please, can I say the?
So the question briefly.
So the second one is that you know that sometimes that child becomes so maturity, because that child find the one of the parents working very hard, and the child tries as much as to emulate such child, to emulate such parents, to be of adding work a child to. Then the third one is that lack of parental conflict. In that some child comes from a kind of home that they use vulgar languages, they use abusive words on themselves. Do you know that such child might end up being away from such environment?
Okay.
Then the negative side of it, that which I want to ask you, is that one of it is the financial problems. Now, a mother that works very hard, working so tirelessly, because he or she will try as much as possible to put food on the table of that child. Now, if such mother, sometimes that child is denied of some requirements and opportunity to be whatever that child wants to be in life. Now, another one is low parenting quality.
No, please.
If a child
She has given us all the points.
No, in fact, I'm
no
very
parenting quality. If a child is being raised by a single mother, do you know sometimes it affects child psychological and emotional problems? That child, that is what I went through.
Okay,
emotionally.
that's for Nghoide. Right?
That's
Thank you so
Nghoide.
much.
Okay.
I've listened to both of you, but it seems you played much to the gallery. You didn't really, the topic is about single
The
parent
effect on the children.
on the children.
Yeah.
So it is obvious that single parenting, they have their own, heels.
It's hard.
It's very hard.
It is.
But it is contextual. We have to put it into perspectives, because there are some parents that are good. They have a good character. They are rich. There are parents that are not good, that are not rich. Some of them are raising a child. Some of them are raising different children. Some are men, some are women. We have to put them into perspective. So when we are saying challenges, it is obvious. The environment matters. When you're talking about a single parent, when you are not with them, who are the people taking good care of them?
Okay.
When they are in school and no, I'm just trying to.
So that's the point then. Sorry, I didn't take care. Next question.
Okay. Thank you for the points you've made. My name is Dapo Aruwajoye, and then my question goes like this: how would you handle a situation whereby both parents, from the mother side and from the father side, they have a very poor upbringing? I mean, from their family backgrounds, and then how will such a child turn up to be a good character? Because from the mother side, from the father side, it's always like maybe they beat each other, or they abuse each other, or they curse each other, or they use a lot of in our African context, they use maybe like jazz, or you have to make sure this child does not come out very good, does not achieve anything. Now, how which kind of environment will you help that child to come out very good with a good character that won't turn up to be bad?
And the question is for her. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Senator.
Answer.
Okay, now you're talking about both parents, their upbringing very bad. There is no how, if both parents are from poor backgrounds, there is no how that they do not have experiences.
Poor character.
They do not have, they did not learn from their upbringing, that they will now grow out, that they will now become so completely bad in all extents. They must have their good parts. They must have the positive part of it. And even if one person's bad part is more than the other one, that's where they complement each other. And I think in that way, it's going to help the child's upbringing.
And my question goes
To me.
Yes. You said you adopted 4 kids. And now that's 4 daughters. Why did you go ahead and marry? Why don't you train those kids by yourself? Why did you need a man to support you? Thank you.
Good one.
Okay. Is it possible to marry for any other reason than you love the person? Must I marry because I want somebody to take care of me or to provide for me?
Why did you go ahead and marry? Why don't you remain the single mother and take this and turn up these keys?
Because I fell in love.
Lovely. That's romantic. Thank you so much. Your question, please.
And you were actually saying something about kids from 1 to 5 having a flat Dix, I agree with that. And I actually put myself in a kid's shoe. I get me? Because nobody told me.
And children can be mean.
I reflected, my attitude and everything in that kid. At the age of 1 to 5, my parents, though.
I thought that was a question.
That's a question,
because we need to go home now.
My parents, they don't attend the PTA or whatever. I handled everything myself. I went to a private school. Now, it's all about, building a godly family. I came out from a godly family. And my parents, actually, they do things in order to make me feel good. And they made me know what I had to actually know. Now, that single parenting, I've taught kids that they're actually raised up by a single parent, and I know what they actually go through. And emotionally, when they talk to you, you know this child is actually hurt, but who will she actually cry to? No parents. I guess me.
All right, okay. What do you think?
Was that your question? Or you are just commenting?
Yes. So initially, before he asked that question, you said you had to enter that relationship because of what?
Love.
Love. Oh, wonderful.
That's the only reason anybody should get married. I can tell you that.
A big one for these ladies, please. They've done wonderfully well. And at this juncture, we need to go on a short break. When we come back, we'll be coasting them. Don't go anywhere. It's still the big. Wonderful. A big one for these ladies. You must agree they've been hot. What do you think? You've been hot, right? Yes. Okay. Your last take as we round up. Your last take.
Last take.
Your
okay,
conclusion.
please let her go first.
Okay. Do you want to go first, Matilda? Or you
No
go
problem,
first?
no problem.
Okay, your last take.
My last take is I give it up for every single parent out there. It's not easy, yeah? It's not easy. It's not easy. But then we also need to understand the need for the two parents to be involved. It's also very important. Thank you.
Big one. What do you think?
Oh, I agree with her. Totally.
Totally.
Yes, it's not easy being a single parent, and if you can avoid it, please do. But if you can't, the child is the most important thing or person in that relationship. And if, for the sake of love, you meet somebody, you marry, and that relationship is not a conducive environment for the child to grow, that will also still affect the child negatively. So you have to be careful when you decide a partner. And if you enter it without having a partner, then kudos to you. It is not easy being single. It is not easy being married.
So it's all about love, right? It's all about love. Wonderful. I love these ladies. Nice coming out with you, ladies. Nghoide, thank you very much. Matilda, thank you. Handshake or hug. You can try and hug, really. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And for our audience, I want to say thank you so much. Thank you all for being part of the program again today. I'll see you around some other time. Till then, it's bye for now, and God bless Nigeria. I am Dapo Aruwajoye. Still the big, wonderful.